So today we're going to talk about Lessac's call focus. And this is a technique that incorporates that reverse megaphone that we've been working on. And it's mostly used in situations where you have to use extra volume without the aid of a microphone, or your character has to yell, or you have heightened emotion, or something like that. So maybe if you needed to project outside without a microphone, or certainly you would use this technique if you were in a Greek play, if you were in the chorus especially, or a lead, you would potentially use this technique. I'm going to do a line from King Lear, and the first time I do it, I'm not going to use Lessac's call focus, and the second time, I am. So here's the first time. Blow winds and crack your cheeks! Rage! Blow! Okay, so perhaps you heard a little bit of strain in the voice as I did that. I was using good breath support, so that was good, but maybe you heard a little bit of vocal strain, and maybe you could see just a little bit of tension in my neck, which you do not want. Okay, now I'm going to use that reverse megaphone and do Lessac's call focus on the same piece of text. Blow winds and crack your cheeks! Rage! Blow! Okay, so first of all, hopefully you heard that the voice was not as strained doing that, and also it just sounded a little bit louder, a little bit more resonant. So there's a couple of things I did. Number one, my larynx was a little lower, and my lips were just rounded throughout. So let's talk about that reverse megaphone and why it's helpful with the call focus. So using the call focus is basically taking that reverse megaphone and using that, keeping your larynx low and your lips slightly rounded the whole time you speak the text. Let's say you see your friend Joe way down the street and you need to get his attention, okay? And you don't want to ruin your voice. The natural thing you would do is cup your hands. Hello, Joe! You see, that automatically enhances the sound as opposed to, hello, Joe! Hello, Joe! First of all, it focuses the sound. I mean, as I'm talking to you right now, you hear it's just louder, right? It focuses the sound, but also what it does is it puts more air in motion. There's more air that's being focused and vibrated, so it accentuates the sound. So just likewise, if I were to take a short tube and say, hello, that accentuates the sound, but if it was a slightly longer tube, hello, it would be even louder. So the concept with the Lessac call focus is basically to make your vocal tract. Your vocal tract starts from the top of your vocal folds where the sound vibrates, goes up and out to your mouth, okay? So all that air is in motion as your vocal folds vibrate. It's pushing all that sound out. So if right now I were to shorten my vocal tract, I'm going to raise my larynx a little bit, and I'm going to take my lips back. You can hear right away that my sound is a little thinner, a little strained, and it doesn't have quite the same pop to it as if I relax my larynx. Now my vocal tract is a little bit longer, and if I round my lips, now I have lengthened that vocal tract. Now again, you can use this slight lip rounding, this reverse megaphone all the time. Sometimes that's not a bad way to go, just to keep your neck relaxed. There's just not a tendency, if you're going back like this a lot, there's a tendency to tense those neck muscles. But if you let your lips be forward the whole time, your larynx nice and relaxed down, you're using that reverse megaphone, you're going to be less apt to tense with the sound. But you really want to use it when you have to project and yell, because the tendency is to stress, hello, Joe! And stress everything, okay? So you want to counterbalance that. You want your lips to be forward, you want your larynx to be nicely relaxed down, and you want the resonance to do the work. So as we have been working in class, and we've been going from ah to O, and we've been trying to find that overtone, oh, or it's even easier to find a higher pitch. If you can do that with your speaking voice and with lines of text, you can find that overtone in a piece of text, then you have resonance boosting the volume as opposed to you having to do anything. So the difference would be, blow, winds, blow. I'm using the reverse megaphone doing that, but now let me see if I can hit the overtone with each one of those sounds. Blow, winds, blow, crack your cheeks, rage, blow. So if you hit each one of those overtones, you're automatically accentuating the sound without having to do anything extra. Okay, good. Now let's practice on some pieces of text. Okay, now comes the time where you get to participate. Hopefully you have done a full vocal warm-up, so it's very important to have done that before you do this. We find just the middle of your range, where your speaking range is, and several times in a row we're going to start with ah sound and we're going to go to O, like we have done in class, and see if you can find where that overtone hits. So you're just going to go oh, oh. So we'll do this about 5 times in a row. I'll do it at the same time, but ignore me, you do it. Okay, so you find that middle range going from ah to O. See if you can find that sweet spot where that overtone is. So we'll just do 5 breaths on that. Remember, you don't have to be loud. It's just use enough energy that you can find that overtone, but you don't have to use a ton of volume. Okay, so on your own, here we go. Oh, 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 okay, good. Now once you've found that place, try to memorize the pitch, the lip rounding, where your jaw is, where everything is, so that you can go right to that place where it resonates the most. So you're just going to take in a breath and you're going to go right to that O sound, accentuating that overtone. Now as you do this O, only do the first element of the O, just like you would for singing. So not the second element, just the first element. So it's just going to be oh, like that. You're not going to go oh. So it's just that first oh. So you're just going to go right to that sound, and we'll do that about 5 times in a row. We're just going right to that O sound, okay? Breath, and do it on your own. Find that pitch, find that place on your own. Here we go. Oh, 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 okay, good. Now we're going to take that O sound and we're going to put it into the phrase, hello, Joe, okay? So your friend Joe, you're on a pier, and at the end of the dock, your friend Joe is about ready to get into some boats that you don't think are very safe, so you're going to warn him. You're going to get his attention first by saying, hello, Joe, and then you're going to warn him by saying, those old boats don't float. Those old boats don't float. But you're far away, so you really have to get his attention. Now, let's just do hello, Joe first. You're not going to say hello. You're going to go right from that H into that L into the O sound. And again, just find that sweet spot where the overtone was. So you're going to go, hello, Joe. Okay, good. I'm going to do that about 5 times in a row. So just go right to that spot. And again, do it on your own. I will do it softly with you, and here we go. 5 times in a row. Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe. Okay, good. And now we're going to go, those old boats don't float. So just put it in that same spot that you have found the overtone. And again, don't do that diphthong. So it's just going to be, those old boats don't float. So just go right to that place where it resonates the most. Okay? Here we go. 5 times in a row, those old boats don't float. Make sure you take a breath between each phrase. Here we go. Those old boats don't float. 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 Okay, good. To finish off, we're going to do the whole thing. Hello, Joe. Breath. Those old boats don't float. Try to hit that overtone each time. And go ahead and just put a little bit more volume in it. Just make sure you don't hurt your voice, okay? We'll do this like 3 times in a row. Here we go. Get Joe's attention. Hello, Joe. Those old boats don't float. Here we go again. Hello, Joe. Those old boats don't float. One more time. Here we go. Hello, Joe. Those old boats don't float. Okay, very good. Thank you. And be sure you warm down a little bit with some soft humming and soft sirens. And we will explore more vowel sounds later on. Thank you so much.